Oh well, I found my Mighty Putty here. This is what Mighty Putty looks like. Um, actually, Loctite has come out with their version of Mighty Putty. Basically, all this is a two-part epoxy putty that has been well, it's been pre-measured for you, and so all you have to do basically is knead it. And then once you're done kneading it, you can apply it. It'll set in about 5 minutes, and it forms a rock solid bond with just about anything, including plastic. I'm gonna get this stuff mixed up fairly well. It takes about 5 minutes to set, so I'm gonna have yet another break in this video. But no one's complained so far, so you want to mix this stuff, like I said, any epoxy, you want to make sure it's completely thoroughly mixed. And as you can see here, well, you can kind of tell, it's not completely mixed yet. There's still flecks of green all over the place. So let me just get this stuff really, really well kneaded. By the way, this stuff will get on your fingers, and it's best to do this with a pair of rubber gloves. Unfortunately, I can't find the box that I had, so I lose a lot of stuff. But I refuse to blame it on the fact that my workbench is messy. I absolutely refuse. Now, I think that's just about got it, so I'm going to set that aside real quick. I'm going to take my sandpaper, and I'm going to rough up the inside of this, where I intend to put the battery pack. Yeah, pretty much all the inside I'm going to rough up. Well, not all of it, but a good portion of it. Just take the Mighty Putty blob, put it in place, and shove it down. Shove your whatever it is you intend to use, whatever it is you're intending to bond, shove that in place firmly. Get it nice and stuck. Now, I think that has just about got it. There we go. That should hold. You can see there on either side. I've got it so there's a lip of Mighty Putty over the styrene box there. Normally I would use a strip to secure this, or just glue it outright to the to whatever base it is I'm trying to put it on. But it's so irregular in here that Mighty Putty really is the only situation, or whatever kind of two-part epoxy putty it is that you intend to use. Because see, it's just so irregular. There's no place for this to stick. If you were to try to glue this in place, even with epoxy glue, you'd still have mainly just the corners of where you'd get the most contact. Whereas with this method, you get almost the entire bottom of the box. So this is a superior method, I think, to attaching a box to the inside of an irregular base, like on the Mobius Iron Man. Well, I'm going to have to let this set for a little bit. So, like I said, another cut in the video. But once it's done, I will come back and then we'll get around to soldering this joint. The joint between this and the battery and the switch. Well, I'm back from a rather long wait, but this apparently is rather stuck in place. That is great stuff, by the way. If you ever need something that you can just gob on there and jam something together in 5 minutes, Mighty Putty is it. In fact, it's also an excellent light blocker. So if you want something to mount an LED with, you really want to think about using Mighty Putty or that Loctite stuff. You know, one of those two, because they're opaque. They don't let light through. Even a very thin coating of it will completely block light. I don't know why it does that, but it is. But who am I to question it? Okay, I'm going to get started on soldering this together. Got my soldering iron all heated up, and I'm going to start with the battery pack here. So move this out of the way. I got my soldering iron right next to me on my right side, and I really don't want to burn myself with that. So first thing I'm going to do is, of course, shorten these leads up. Obviously these leads are rather long, and they're going to get in the way if I just leave them the way they are. So I'm going to use my handy dandy snippers and shorten up this the negative lead. The negative lead goes to this wire right here, I believe. I made sure to put a bend in it so I'd remember which one was negative and which was positive. And I'm going to go ahead and strip it now. And I'm kind of embarrassed to say that I do this, but instead of using a wire stripper, I just like to use my teeth. So I'm gonna sound kind of muffled here, but I got it stripped. I've heard that it's not exactly a good idea to do that, but I forgot the reason why, and frankly, it doesn't really matter to me because I've done it so many times, it's a force of habit, and I haven't encountered any ill effects yet. Oops, hope that wasn't important. Alright, let's get this thing soldered. Alright, that's soldered. Now let's get the, let's find out where we're going to put the switch. Where'd it go? Here it is. I'm thinking, that's always dangerous. Apologize for the low lighting conditions. I didn't realize I was in shadow. I'm thinking of switching the location that I'd planned to put the LED in. Before I wanted it back here somewhere, so the switch would be LED. The switch, so that the switch would be inconspicuous. But I'm thinking I want to have it somewhere where my nephew can just reach out and switch it. So I think I'm going to put it right here beneath the Iron Man logo. So what I'm going to first do is drill out the pilot holes using my trusty pin vise. Then once these are drilled, I'm going to connect them using my X-Acto knife. Come on, get through there. Oh, by the way, I found out why this stuff is extremely brittle. It's because it's actually clear plastic. It's clear plastic with red tint, and I honestly don't know why they would do that. Makes no sense to me, but there you go. I'm going to go ahead and drill out the other one now. Well, hold on a second. Let me make sure I got the right length here. You want to make sure that the space that you have is wider, of course, than you're going to need, but not so wide that you can't glue it in securely. Jesus, plastic is tough. It's both tough and brittle. I hate that. But thank goodness I am almost done with this project. Now normally, you know, I have a whole bunch of X-Acto knife blades. So I would just take this and hammer it through like a chisel. And, well, not literally hammer it, more like shove it through the plastic. But since this is so brittle, I don't want to risk ruining the Iron Man logo. I almost did that with the arm. In fact, I did crack it. I did crack it in two, but that is a smooth area which I could easily repair. This is not. Oh, there we go. Got a small slot cut. Now I'm going to stop the video again because frankly I'm running out of room on my memory card, and then I'm going to come back to this after I've finished cutting the slot.